I've heard of
which
that
was
one.
kind of birthed out of Matthew House. It doesn't have the same name because there's a St. Matthew House in Hamilton.
Okay.
So they decided to call it Micah instead of, but otherwise it probably would have been called Matthew House. But there's a Matthew House Fort Erie and a Matthew House Windsor. And it all started with people, either I going to speak at their church or coming to visit us in Toronto and getting inspired by the vision and things. And so there was a couple from the States that worked with us at the beginning. They were with the Cooperative Baptist Fellowship Mission. And they're very enthusiastic. And long story short,
And they're from?
they're from North Carolina originally. But they ended up getting a man from a church in Oklahoma to be commissioned, who's kind of a writer and a photographer. And he came up about a year ago, and he interviewed all of us at the different, like there's Matthew House Fort Erie, Matthew House Windsor, Matthew House Ottawa, Montreal, and then, of course, our original one in Toronto. So they interviewed each of us, and he wrote this book called The Above Ground Railroad, the story of the Matthew House movement in Canada. And it's just been published a few weeks ago. So in fact, we sold some at the church.
So the Micah House is in here too then?
Do you know what? Micah House isn't because it doesn't have the name Matthews. And this couple, they weren't really in the picture when Micah House was birthed. They were in the States, the one that commissioned it, so they just had the man follow the ones called Matthew House.
Okay. Yeah.
So anyway, but Micah House is definitely part of the family.
Okay.
And I felt kind of badly that it wasn't it, but anyway.
Why?
So are they selling at mainstream Christian bookstores or not?
I don't think so. Like a lot of the roots of these particular churches, because at the time I was part of a Convention Baptist church, a lot of them have quite a bit of Convention Baptist connections. And Micah House has some, but it's probably more interdenominational than some of them originally were, and I don't think that's a factor in Martin King. Anyway, so I guess it could be at a regular Christian bookstore. I guess it could. I don't know.
You don't know where it's being marketed?
Well, there's a Baptist bookstore, the head office of the Baptist denomination in Toronto, and somewhere in the States, probably the Cooperative Baptist office. But it's an okay book. It tells the story of the different little Matthew houses and how each of them kind of got the vision to start them. And